is NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you what promises to be a very exciting Friday night matchup. A quick check now for starting lineups for both teams. First for San Antonio. And for New Orleans. And at the 5, the 5th overall pick in the 2011 draft, a fleet-footed 6'11" big man out of Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Jones, and it's Williamson in at the power forward position.
The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy with something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Guys, every season it seems the Southwest is loaded with teams that can contend, and last year was no different. Through it all, however, the Spurs were able to separate themselves from the pack and take the division once again with a 12-4 division record.
And the bucket counts, and his eyes way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. And for the Spurs, that is now 3 consecutive seasons where they have won the division. Steve, actually the 6th time since the inception of the division that they have finished at the top.
And even with Dallas falling off a little bit, the division was pretty tough, Kevin, with Memphis and Houston coming on strong. Well, for a while there, it had been a curse to win the Southwest, because since 2007, teams that won the Southwest lost 4 times in the first round of the playoffs. But obviously the Spurs have bucked that trend the last couple of years.
Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Johnson's got his first points in this one. Spurs on defense. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. On the left block. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, here's a guy who gives his coach the luxury of a very simple play call, which is just the ISO. Get him the ball and get out of the way, and good things are going to happen.
Another area where he excels is on one of the most fundamental plays in basketball, the pick and roll. He will lower the boom on the defender with a solid screen, and then is terrific at rolling into space and getting the basket.
Richardson, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Young teams, guys, tend to get run over in the Western Conference, and the Pelicans were a young team last year, and guess what? They got run over. In the conference where everybody needs to be tough to even think about the playoffs, New Orleans really was overmatched.
The finger roll finish at the bucket.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. McCollum kicks to Valanciunas. Pass to Ingram. And he had space. The rebound by Johnson. And Clark, as you said, with the Pelicans last year in their final year as the Hornets, You know, the West just ate them alive as they put up a 15-37 record, Steve, against the rest of the conference.
And it wasn't just any one division. It was every division in the West. But look, the conference was loaded. The Pelicans, or at least I should say the Hornets, at the time were a young team. They weren't going anywhere, not enough talent. But they're on the rise now. They've added some significant talent.
Now here's McCollum. After the miss from Johnson. Jones against Jones. Outside, Jones. Jones sets the pick for Richardson. And Jones over to help. Number 10. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
On the basket by Jones.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. Number 10, defended by Williamson. Number 10. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. You know, swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, we're seconds away from another championship anthem.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Coach said a main goal of theirs is to prevent easy looks from outside. He told me closing out hard on all their shooters is going to be a very big key in this one. If we can't bother their shooters, it's going to be an awfully long 4 quarters for us, gentlemen. We'll see how it turns out, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Devising a strategy, Clark, to take away that three-point shot.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of your defensive game plan because teams nowadays are just too good to not defend them from behind the three-point line.
Jones, no luck. Well, getting back to the Spurs, they looked better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, you know, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
The shot's good from Williamson.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. And the Spurs making a change here. Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Jones, the pass to Richardson. Number 25. That one off the back iron and out. Pelicans shooting at around 44% in the early goings here. The shot's good from Ingram.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
San Antonio trailing here. Jones off a pick from Johnson. Back to Jones. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Just 4 to shoot. From past the arc. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will come the other way. It's Jones on the wing. Again, the miss by Jones.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Back to Jones. Pass to Richardson. There's the triple. And Jones pulls it down. The Pelicans have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Here's Ingram. And that one off the back of the rim and in. He's got 7.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
And here's Richardson. Kicks it to Johnson. All sorts of time. And that is...
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Now here's McCollum. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000 square foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Daniels kicks to Green. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. He looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, blue is featured on the Louisiana state flag. Gold, Mardi Gras color, of course. You know, and then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents, Kevin. Tell you what, if there's success on the boards in this first quarter is any indication, it's going to be a good day.
And rebounds usually are a good indicator.
Now the feed to Collins. 1:39 left in the first. Back to Jones. Shot clock at 6. Dishes it to Collins. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in. Collins has got his first 2 points of the night.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
And that one's good. Daniels. 1:03 left here in the first quarter. Jones off a pick from Collins. Jones drives in. Just 5 on the clock. And he's good on the 3 ball. Jones has got 5 points so far.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
43 seconds left to play here in the first. Daniels with it. Green, defended by Jones. The pass to Daniels. 6 on the shot clock. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
And the Spurs making a change here. Zhang's checked in. "20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Spurs have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
No good on the free throw. And the Pelicans making a change here. And the second free throw, good. 7 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Number 25. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pelicans lead by 1. From the New Orleans arena, back in a moment. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
Here's Graham. There's the pick. Passes to Alvarado. Shot clock at 5. Number 25. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time. The Spurs would end up as the second seed in the West and were right in the hunt for being the top seed for the majority of last season. But one reason they fell short was that they just weren't as good as they needed to be during in-conference games.
Going back to the Spurs, they did well against the West, but Steve didn't come close to matching the win totals of every other top team in the West.
Yeah, they would end the season with a 33-19 conference record, which, you know, is pretty good, but still only 5th best in the West. It shows you how strong the Western Conference was a year ago, particularly at the top. You have to love the fact that they created an excellent shot.
New Orleans in the lead. Here's Graham. Number 22. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 5.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
San Antonio calls timeout. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. And so important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
Number 24, Graham defending. Number 24, Graham defending. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus. Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
The shot is off. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Number 22, Graham defending. Here's Dang. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou, Kevin. I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
That's good.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And Steve, some of the best highlights you're ever going to see are going to come from this guy. Every time he steps on the court, there's a chance he'll perform the dunk of the season.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. The Spurs making a switch here. Jones is checked in. The Pelicans have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Graham, the pass to Alvarado. Valanciunas. He dishes it to Hayes. 6 to shoot. Here's Graham. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And for the Spurs, they're shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Back to Jones from the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Alvarado. There's the dish to Valanciunas. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Valanciunas has got 5.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Number 10. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Guys, you go back to the shortened season a year before last, and the Spurs were the best team on the road, but last year they weren't nearly as dominant on the road. Still solid when leaving San Antonio, but far from the level they played at a couple of seasons ago.
That free throw, no good. And for the Spurs on the road last season, they would still win 23 games in hostile territory. And while that is more than the 22, Steve, they won in the shortened season, they also lost a fair amount more as well.
Well, for the Spurs, Kevin, I think they did what they needed to do. You know, the Spurs managed the regular season. They know when to turn it on and when they can maybe relax a little bit. But the big thing is they just want to stay near 500 on the road, protect their home court, and be healthy going into the playoffs, and that puts them in a good position.
Valanciunas dishes to Jones. New Orleans moving it around. Launches a 3. No good from Ingram. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Jones drives in. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Jones has got 5 points in the quarter.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
They set the pick. Here's Ingram. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, he paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set, did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
The Spurs making a switch here. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. That's good from Ingram. San Antonio leading. Outside, Jones. Johnson. He feeds it to Jones. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Jones has got 13.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
And here is Graham after the three-pointer from Jones. Jones. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Johnson sends the screen for Jones. Takes a three. And Jones pulls it down. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Rejected by Jones. And a fast break now for the Spurs. It's intercepted. Now Graham. He passes it to Ingram. Williamson defended by Dang. The shot's good from Williamson.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here's Jones. 13 points in the game. Johnson outside. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Good work defensively by Jones.
It really depends on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
He kicks it to Graham. And the Pelicans get it back. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
McCollum's checked in for San Antonio. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Pelicans?
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Well, great focus at the free throw line. They're taking care of business.
That's exactly how you keep on the lead. 100% free throwing for the quarter, that'll do it.
Now, here's Richardson. Hits the three-point bomb. Richardson's got his third basket of the night.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
Here's Jones. Feeds it to McCollum. Opening, close and nails. McCollum's got his first points of the night.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Yeah, they're getting outclassed in the paint at both ends, really.
On the wing, Johnson. Rejected by Jones. Moves back up. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
The Pelicans making a switch here.
Well, his shot blocking is always a factor, guys. That presence around the rim defensively just changes the whole picture strategically.
And you know, Steve, what I like is his offensive rebound. I mean, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. He epitomizes that. He's found those garbage buckets to be plenty rewarding.
To the paint, number 9. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, I mean, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
Now, here's Richardson. He's got 7.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball. They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Here's Jones. 13 points in the game. It's Richardson on the wing. A three-pointer is right on target. Richardson's got 10.
That's his second shot from long range in this quarter, so he's starting to roll.
Here's Ingram. Another one falls for New Orleans. Jones. 1 second left. No good on the buzzer beater. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Pelicans on top. They lead by 3. From the New Orleans arena. Back in a moment.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's halftime out in New Orleans with a great one going on out there. Glad to have you with us. The New Orleans Pelicans have the lead against San Antonio. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. Jonas Valanciunas making a big contribution. He's picked up 5 points, and he's also contributed on the glass. And on the other side, San Antonio just keeps scrapping. They've dialed in from long range, an incredible shooting performance from outside. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Guys, so far we're seeing a tremendous game from Jones.
It seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
So it's the Pelicans now. 3-point lead. His shot's good from Williams. San Antonio's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Jones kicks to Johnson. Back to Jones. Spurs working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Number 24, defended by Ingram, but they recover it. Johnson, the pass to Jones. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. 3-pointer, and that one's good. He's got 7.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the 3-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Ingram passes to Williamson. Stolen. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The Pelicans shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Here's Ingram. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Three trips to the line so far for him in this one. Spurs trail by 3. Outside, Jones. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. Tries from 10. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one falls for Johnson. Here's McCollum. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent. and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Ingram passes to McCollum. And the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night.
They've been good on all three of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And here's Jones. He's got 13. Number 10, defended by Williamson. 5 to shoot. Number 24. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Jones dishes to Valanciunas. And there's the pass to Ingram. Kicks it to McCollum. Passes it to Williamson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
San Antonio making a switch here. Daniels is checked in. The Pelicans have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
And the free throw, no good. Spurs trail by 4. Pass to Richardson. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. McCollum kicks to Daniels. Off target from outside. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Number 17 cans it from downtown.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And the consistency of his jump shot is another thing we should say about him. I mean, it doesn't matter how many defenders are flying at him, his stroke is never changing.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 7. Collins passes to Johnson. Lets it go from 11. Another one falls for San Antonio. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Pass to Williamson. Another one falls for New Orleans.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Spurs trail by 4. Now here's Richardson. He's got 10. Back to Johnson. The feed to Richardson. And it's off from three-point range. The Pelicans have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. From 17 feet out, hits the front of the rim and out. San Antonio's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Inside, Collins. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pelicans.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I also like the penetration. I mean, they're getting into the paint. They're getting a lot of easy hoops from those strong drives.
New Orleans in the lead. McCollum with the ball. He's got 7. Six on the shot clock. On the wing, Daniels. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The Spurs making a switch here. Spurs trail by 3. There's the screen. Back to Jones for the tie. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Here's McCollum. Dishes to Daniels. And another 3 for New Orleans.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
Well, and as hot as they've been, there's no need to change their offense. Just continue to play the way you're playing. You're going to get open looks.
And San Antonio shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. He dishes it to Richardson. 6 to shoot. Drilled from 11 feet out. Richardson's got 12 in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Now the pass to Ingram. He's feeling it. Good. He's got 17. Spurs trail by 6. Outside, Jones. 9 feet out. Another one falls for San Antonio.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effective.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Pass to Ingram. Shot clock at 6. Daniels. They get it back. Pass to Ingram. Tries again. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
It's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
The Pelicans have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. .105 left in the 3rd. Outside, Jones. Number 22, defended by Ingram, with his first shot attempt. That drops.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense.
Gets it to go.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Outside, Jones. Right side, Jones. Fires from the corner. And another basket for San Antonio.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
The dish now to Jones. He passes to Ingram. Gets it to go. 21 points in the game.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin. They need his points, and he's providing them.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Pelicans lead by 7. From the New Orleans Arena, back in a moment. And the final period of play just about to start. Spurs trail by 7. Number 10, defended by Williamson. Number 22, and right on target with the swish.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
New Orleans leading by 5. Graham, the pass to Ingram. On the wing, Jones. He feeds it to Hayes. Fades. Another one falls for New Orleans.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you have to just take what's there, and as long as you're moving the ball and getting good shots, that's all that matters.
Number 10, defended by Williamson. 5 on the clock. Number 10, another one falls for San Antonio. Pelicans shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. And the pass to Williamson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Shooting for New Orleans. At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. San Antonio making a switch here. Both free throws good from Ingram.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
So it's San Antonio now. 7-point differential. Excellent D from Williamson.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important. And it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Number 25, covered by Hayes. Got it despite fading back a bit.
It's the kind of finish we've gotten used to seeing from him in the low post.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
I think we know your answer.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Thank you, Doris. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Pelicans.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
Now Graham. Ingram passes to Graham. Outside, Jones. Passes it to Williamson. Back to Jones. Clock at 6. From deep.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. San Antonio making a switch here. Spurs trail by 5. Number 24, defended by Ingram. There's the pick. He kicks to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You look at the stats for Johnson. He has 9 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
No good on that one. He doesn't get the second one. Pelicans leading by 5. Outside, Jones. Feeds to Graham. Here's Ingram. Drains it from beyond the arc. 26 points for him.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And the Spurs with possession. And that one's good.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
And here is Graham. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Green. Here's Ingram. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Spurs trail by 9. Now here's Jones. On the wing, Johnson. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
New Orleans leading by 7. Graham with the ball. Back to Jones. Pass to Ingram. Five to shoot. Count that one. He's got 31.
His stroke is just dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, just too many easy buckets, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. His timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
Spurs trail by 9. Outside, Jones. Number 24 drops in the tray.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
New Orleans has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. That's tipped. It's stolen by Johnson. Outside, Jones. They set the pick. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Pelicans leading by 4. Kicks to Graham. Banked in off the glass.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but they remain in the lead.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. Outside, Jones. He got right to the cup using that screen. Jones has got 19 points.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
Here's Graham. After the made shot from Jones. Graham kicks to Jones. And there's the feed to Valanciunas. Here's Ingram. A putback. A follow-up flush. And the Pelicans lead by 6.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Now here's Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Cuts off the pass. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And finished off by Graham.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Jones dishes to Johnson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half.
And the Spurs making a change here.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Pelicans leading by 5. Cullen passes to Ingram. He passes to Williamson. Dishes it to Jones. Johnson on him. Shot clock at 6. Gets it to go.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really didn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 1:44 left in the fourth. Left in the fourth quarter. Leads him in there. Number 25. The shot's on the assist by Johnson.
He put that lead pass in perfect position for his teammate.
New Orleans leading by 5. Here's Ingram. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, nice body control there. Narrowly missing the shot. Would have been a 3-point play.
Had a free look at it after the foul. Nice play.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Here's Jones. Number 24. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're up by 4. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the fourth. We've got 1:13 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ingram. He drains the quick shot. He has 35.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Now Jones. Back to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
New Orleans has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Outside, Jones. There's the pass to Ingram. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 4. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jones kicks to Johnson. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points. And that's an intentional foul.
Smart foul there. You got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Jones kicks to Richardson. No good on the triple. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
That may be the knockout blow, guys. Those free throws would seem to have put this one away.
Pass to Johnson. The offensive rebound. So New Orleans wins it. That was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was. I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg.